Abusuafo adenenya yeta adenenya yetakura nyeta Ewurabyna be winning. Although the EC haven't come out to come and declare the result, but Ewurabyna is the winner of Ablekuma. Ablekuma has turned green. The reason why I can say, according to the 17 polling station result number, Ewurabyna is leading with 12 polling stations away. The way she correct. Just say 5 polling station be na the MPPPC Afriyie and LED. But no come gap sir. But as compared to the 12 polling station Ewurabyna be winning, the gap no so and right now we can say for sure say Ewurabyna being the LED with a huge gap. Just where we name Jubilation Kesi pane I hate baby and just any answer to come in go to that news nearby needing come at us.
Dispute all of this and talk about the fact that, well, we're not in the race because we're in court. We still believe that just 3 polling stations were outstanding. But let's deal with the 19 because this is what the Electoral Commission is doing now. I want us to first of all get a sense of what's happening at the Coalition Center. We'll dig into the figures shortly for you. Kenneth JC is there for us, giving us all of the action at the Coalition Center. I see that the election officials are readying themselves to tabulate. Ken, take it away. What can you tell us?
The Regional Coalition Center, we have the reps and other executives also here. And of course, we are being protected by the men and women in uniform as well. So essentially, what's happening here is that we're just waiting for.
Okay, and this is what I'm interested. Yeah, this is what I'm interested in, Ken. The presence or otherwise of any rep from the New Patriotic Party, because officially they're telling us they're not in this race.
Yes, so I spoke to the reps from the New Patriotic Party. I asked them, "You said you're not in the race, so why are you here? On whose ticket are you here?" They say they are here because of the New Patriotic Party. And of course, they wanted an ex parte on this particular election. It didn't happen, so they will have no option than to support the candidate and Afriyie. So they are here regardless of what their general secretary said on Tuesday that they had officially boycotted it. They still have reps here, and they say they are supporting the Afriyie regardless of what happens. The beginning of this year, but if you come here today, you see security forces, not only policemen and women, but you see from the fire service, you see from the customs division, a lot of them, they are prepping themselves. They've barricaded the entire premise. Even we as accredited journalists, we are scrutinized. Even with your accreditation, you are scrutinized. The barricade is not moved. You are made to squeeze yourself before you can enter the premise. So security is really, really, really tight here. We are hoping that the skirmishes that we witnessed during the day when the elections were happening in the 19 polling stations in the Ablekuma North constituency do not repeat themselves because the security is really, really heavy here.
Yeah, per the CI, clearly the commissioners are not returning officers in this exercise. But any sight of Jean Mensah, the chairperson, or Dr. Bosman Asare, who then made the confirmation a couple of days ago that this will be a rerun?
Well, none of them has been spotted so far. Neither Jean nor Dr. Bosman has been spotted here. We do not know whether they will be coming here or not, but we've not spotted any of them thus far as we speak. And those are more ballot boxes that are being, brought into the auditorium there. You can see in your shot, a lot of them are just coming in, and they will be unboxed. And then counting will start. So we've not seen Jean Mensah, the EC chair, or any of the deputies as we speak now. But we're seeing a lot of boxes here, and counting is expected to begin any moment from now.
Okay, that's the action we're waiting for. Ken, give me updates on what the Vice President's concern also is, because earlier in the day he's been speaking about, and I mean the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he's been speaking about pockets of violence and the fact that prosecution ought to follow.
So, Your Excellency, what do you make of the violence at Ablekuma North now?
Thank you very much. The reports of what has gone on at Ablekuma
and entered, it is just fanfu and face. I don't think that the police is prepared to protect anybody.
Okay.
I think that this is a show and telling the New Patriotic Party that if we are participating in an election and the NDC put up this, certainly it will not end well.
Okay, here's what I'm interested in.
People will go down.
The numbers for now, we'll talk about revising the election security protocol. But if you're watching us, this is your election headquarters. Live pictures now from the Coalition Center in the Greater Accra region, where the Electoral Commission will put it all together for us to make complete sense now as to who will be the eventual winner of the Ablekuma North election rerun. 19 polling stations being considered now by the Electoral Commission to add up to the figures that we already have. Our team has been putting together the provisional results on your screens now. 49.79%, translating to some 33,664 votes for the NPP's candidate, Akua, who was one-time member of parliament for the area, making a strong comeback, except to say that she's falling short. Just a percentage point behind Ewurabyna Aubyn, who's now in the lead with some 50.21% of the results. Provisional ones, 279 out of 281. We still have a long way to go because the Electoral Commission will have to certify that. Let's bring in Isaac Afriyie, data analyst, here with us to make complete sense out of the figures that we're seeing. In the last exercise, we're not able to get a clear sense of who's in the lead because even as of last night, the NDC had considered that the differential was about 48 in terms of who was leading. But now you have the NDC taking the lead now. These are provisional.
Absolutely. In fact, and we have every data coming from the pink sheet we have seen and can verify. And so far, just like you said, 17 out of the 19 polling stations that actually voted today. And I can tell you that based on what we have gathered so far, NDC has been able to win 12 out of the 17 polling stations, with MPP winning only 5. Now, in terms of, the numbers, you mentioned it that currently NDC's candidate is leading today's voting. I'm talking about just the 19 polling stations. Yeah. If you look at the 19 polling stations, she is leading with 56.38%. Yeah. And she has been able to garner 1,489 out of the total vote that has been cast so far, with, Afriyie around 1,152. So you can see that clear difference between the NPP and the NDC. If you add this to what we know so far in terms of the entire 281, we can boldly say that the NDC candidate is currently leading. If you look at it on the summary side, she is leading with 50.21% of the total valid vote cast so far, with MPP trailing with 49.79%. So we have just 2 polling stations more to go. Blessed, 2 polling stations more to go. And I want us to go through this for our viewers to possibly understand what we are trying to communicate. And in fact, if you look at the difference between both the MPP and NDC, you can see a wide difference. Currently, the NDC candidate leading with more than 200 votes. And we are just left with 2 polling stations to go. That is the update so far, Blessed.
Isaac Afriyie there, giving us the latest in terms of the figures, but that crucial exercise of tabulation is ongoing, because until that certified result is announced by the Electoral Commission, you cannot officially claim victory in this election. And of course, when it comes to politics, just about anything at all can happen in the dying minutes of the exercise. Security is tight now, as Ken Jesse is pointing out to us at the Electoral Commission's Coalition Center. Also joining the conversation tonight is the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Gbande, who's just joining us from the Ablekuma North constituency. He was there in the early hours of today. We've brought conversations with him before the violence erupted. But let me bring you in, Mustafa Gbande, and since you've been
there yourself. You've seen it firsthand. You're even being accused at some point on social media of instigating the violence that we witnessed within the constituency. Tell us about your own experience there, and how do you react to these claims that are emerging online?
Well, so first of all, good evening to my colleagues who have been here, I guess, for a very long time now. For me,
Haruna has been waiting for you.
Yeah, I mean, he's been campaigning on TV. we went into this election with a commitment in solidarity with the people. We have always believed that campaigns should be issue-based, and the issues are that Akroma North has deficits of development. The MPP have held that seat for quite over 28 years. In recent times, 8 years ago, they've been in power. The MP will be a member of parliament with the government in order to solicit development to the area. So that issue was simple. The MPP style has been that let us mitigate our shame because they knew they were going to lose this election. Let us mitigate it by dividing our front. Let's say that we are not contesting the election, but in the night, we should be campaigning. So they come and sit on TV, like my brother is doing.
Is a court na kwa saying more like more updated kakra court na kwa saying. Sorry, I can't too pa kuta na niadini ye den na yen kwa fide wi ansa de ba bachi de. Any contest me vi the ayika JFK kai he's sick near the other. Those are the things I am business you. I just already even the domatem. Na we nyina akọ so na omomo eya Akroma North na kache MPP business o don kono ere o contest no be no vote ama no vote ni say na onya o vote man say na onya she knew for sure say she can win that seat, and she knew say 2024 no the presiding officer no declare Ewurabyna as a winner. She knew say onumum onumum NDC ne the winning, but no one can say why they will lose that seat. No, she knew for sure. But go cow person petty be, and now God is mine. Then the can send me God will jet can't send me brave. One don't know how I want to say. But if you ask say Akroma form, Casa be brave, Okasa Wadodo. Edi Akroma C form no one win and the prekon out of the 1970 about Monteno 12 polling station Ewurabyna be winning. Enya some get to 5 penalty me winning 5 pay and no campo gap sir as compared to a year Ewurabyna being there how you winning 12 polling station no gap so papa just say enya some get to. So these are the results I have to judge. As I say, no, a year Ewurabyna be lady with a 49.79% with a vote of 3,664 votes, and NDC Amanukono lady with a 56.38%, which is a very, very, very good percentage for a year Ewurabyna being at the same as these are the news I have to judge. Your comments, a bit to share more down for Sonny Thiarŝ. I have one Akroma.